Welcome back, guys, to another episode. This is the 6th episode, and tonight we have a huge special guest. Her name is Yara.
Hi.
Man, this is going to be a great episode. So she's a doctor-to-be, a dermatologist, right?
Yes.
25 years old, entrepreneur, becoming a doctor. What the fuck is your story? Where did you first start? What made you go into being, a doctor or even in the medical field?
Honestly, okay, so I definitely blame my mom because she gave me like doctor kits instead of Barbies when I was a kid.
God damn.
So I was so like already in that mode that like I want to heal people, I want to help people. And then high school came along and they're like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I think I want to be a doctor. So I started shadowing actually when I was only in my sophomore year of high school. I shadowed a doctor named Dr. Mendel in Laguna Hills, and he gave me like that hands-on experience, not with patients, but just like, me seeing the patients on a daily. Usually high school students don't get the opportunity to get shadowing experience, but he really just lured me in and I loved it. And honestly, ever since then, I've just been going in on my journey. I just have a strong passion for helping others and healing others, honestly.
So someone just got you in it, basically.
My mom's the blame.
Your mom?
She's the blame. She got me doctor kits and I liked it. So
Mom, you did good, Mom.
Yeah, and Dr. Mendel, shout out to you for giving me all those hours. Because, like, at some point when I even wanted to give up, he was like, I see it that you like it, though. And I'm like, you're right. I like it.
What is the impact, though, like, that you want to leave on for your future patients? Like,
So,
what is something that, hey, I want to remember Dr. Yara for that?
So for me, my overall goal as a future doctor is obviously to make an income while making an impact. And I feel like in America, well, it's not really just like I feel, it's actually facts. Like our health is horrible. Like our healthcare services, we, as humans, we have to go through access, quality, and service. Like there's a lot of barriers that patients have to suffer through.
100%.
And I feel like me being an Egyptian and Syrian woman will be able to provide access to all minorities as well as the majority, of course. But it's just that our healthcare is actually one of the biggest economies in the whole wide world. However, not everyone has that access to our healthcare. And if we do, there's a lot of barriers, like what kind of insurance you have, like HMO, PPO, whatever. Like
Why do you think that most Americans have health issues?
I feel like it's because of our food, our air, our water.
It's not like that in Egypt or Syria, right?
No,
like I feel like it's more organic.
Everything here is so commercial based. It's
Yeah.
so processed and
profitable.
Exactly, and we're capitalist like society, so it's like
100%.
we're using all our resources basically. Well, not us, but I mean it's like our government is using all our resources. You know what I mean? Not really thinking like, oh, there's not much clean water left. Oh, our pollution is horrible.
That's true.
Our citizens can't breathe.
What do you eat when you're in Egypt? Or what do you see people eating?
Honestly, there's no such thing as like processed fruit. The fruit that's grown from the ground, we get it from the person that's selling it on the street. You know what I mean? Like even at the grocery stores, it's freshly grown, like right away.
That's true.
Like the meat, even unfortunately, I know it sounds horrible. Sorry to vegetarians and vegans. I'm so sorry, but it's like they got that freshly butchered stuff like that same day. Like it hit different. So it's definitely like less processing, less commercializing, more just like from the root.
By the time it gets to us here in America, it's been like altered with,
processed like so many times,
poked and injected, and then we're just eating God knows what.
Our own fruit is like labeled in like this wax that you have to like put it in basically to shed the wax.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's intense.
I was vegan for 2 years, and then
yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck is this?
By the way, no offense to any vegetarians and vegans.
Yeah, no offense to anybody.
At all. I was just saying one example. I did not want to seem like I was attacking on anyway.
You're good. So you're studying to be a doctor. What is like? I know you also do music, but before we get into that topic, is it worth it going to school? And is it worth it for anybody else that does want to become a doctor, but they're just kind of iffy on money situations or how the school system is? What is your take? Because how long have you been in medical school now?
I'm in my pre-med for 7 years now.
God damn, it's almost a decade.
Almost a decade.
So what is your take if it's worth it or not?
For me, okay, so I'm going to be so honest, and it's just my opinion.
I need you to be honest.
I'm being real right now. If I wasn't going to school for medicine or for law, I would not be in school. Why? Because there's like a lot of people that devote many years to like, let's say business or art or whatever. And this is just my opinion. Like, don't attack me. Like, there's no income after that. But when you're in medicine, like, it's a consistent income. When you're doing law, it's a consistent income. Oh, also civil engineering. Like, if there's a way that you're able to make consistent income that's guaranteed, like such as a lawyer, a civil engineer, a doctor, you're guaranteed a job at some point. And why? It's always going to be in demand. You'll always have sick people to heal. You'll always have roads and buildings and things to create. And you're always going to need a motherfucking lawyer.
I also agree with
So,
that.
like,
I agree.
you know what I mean? But it's like, let's say you're an art, you're an art major. Like, you know what? I know a lot of freelance artists that never went to school, and they're very successful just building on their own. But hey,
Even with businessmen, same thing.
Exactly. Like, let's say you have a business degree. Doesn't mean you're a millionaire. It doesn't mean that you're even a 100,000aire in the U.S. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like you got a degree, but it's like, good luck finding a job after that. Like, the process is hard. And when you even find a job after school, they're like, oh, we need somebody with at least 3 to 4 years of experience. What is this person just graduating from university supposed to do? Work like damn near a minimum wage job just to survive? You know what I mean? So I feel like school is worth it on the level of gaining knowledge. I feel like everyone should at least get their bachelor's. I think at least, honestly, just to have that kind of
Not even
background.
associates, the bachelor's.
No, a bachelor's. No, associates is nothing. It's just like little high school shit. It's okay. But like a bachelor's, at least you have some kind of experience. You put in that work. You also tested yourself, and you got to observe, other people as well that will be in your benefit. And you know what I mean? More knowledge, more power. But I just feel like, you don't always have to go to school to be more powerful, though. There's a lot of people that didn't choose to go to school,
No, of course.
But at the end of the day, I feel like it's useless for you to go to school if you're not trying to become a lawyer, a doctor, or a civil engineer.
I agree with that.
You're not guaranteed a job.
I definitely agree with that.
A high-paying job.
Because I was in business, and honestly,
nurses too.
I've learned more about business in the street and just coming out here in California than I did from my professor. And it was just literally just garbage. Like, teaching me things that I would never use in a deal.
I love that you mentioned that, though, too, because the reason why my process even delayed, like, I took an additional year and a half in my undergrad simply because I had shitty-ass professors, and half the class failed, and we had to retake it, so we paid more money for another class. It was so, like...
No, that's true.
It was so OD.
So how do you think you can impact people around you?
As of now?
Yeah, and, like, what kind of friend would you say you are?
Oh, that's such a hard question.
How?
Because I don't really talk about myself, but okay, we can do that.
This episode's all about you.
I know. So I am definitely, okay, so I don't have a lot of friends. I have a small group of friends. I really believe in quality versus quantity.
Ooh, I love that.
I really do believe that. Like, you can have like 4 friends that will make a stronger impact in your life than compared to 40 friends, I promise you. It just depends on the energy that they give, the love. I'm a strong believer in acts of service and words of affirmation. I feel like love languages also apply to friendships. So for me, I'm that friend that will definitely... I'm a loyal friend. I'm that friend, if you call at 3 a.m. like, yo, Yara, I need you to pull up right now, I'm going to be there. Even if I got to wake up at 6, I got to be there for my girl. I got to be there for my boy. I got to be there for them.
It's good to know.
Like, I'm that friend. I'm very dependable, loving, caring. Even if I'm going through some shit, I'm that type of woman that will uplift you and make you feel like you're on top of the world, even if I'm down. Simply because, like, I want my loved ones to be on a high frequency always. I believe that I'm all about energy. I don't really... do much or say much, but my energy kind of speaks for itself. Yeah. So
as it should. Energy is everything.
Yeah.
You can tell if a person is good to you just by their energy.
Absolutely.
I'm a high believer in that. So, you do music. I've heard your song. It's pretty nice. I really like it.
Thank you.
How the fuck did a doctor make that?
I love that you mentioned this.
Where did you get your inspiration to do music from, or like what made you just, hey, I'm gonna go to the studio and make this fucking...
I feel you. Okay, so I've always been a creative, despite the fact that I have a huge passion for the medical field. I've always been an artist. Like, I'm a strong believer in art. I wouldn't just consider myself a music artist. I'm an artist in general. Like, I love to make clothes. I love to make, like, actual art, like paintings, sketches, whatever it is. I love to make music. I always gave myself a creative space, starting in my sophomore year at Cal State Fullerton, I would say, because I felt very overwhelmed, just studying.
Oh, that's true.
And the gym was my only release, but also the gym, you're very hard on yourself. It's all about discipline, and head in the game.
You need
I needed somewhere where I can feel free.
Right.
Besides being with my friends, I didn't want to depend feeling free on other people. I want to rely on myself. So I'm like, let me tap into my creativity. I've always loved to paint since I was a kid, but I got into music, honestly, in my sophomore year of my university. I just started, well, they first started with poetry, and then my poems kind of sounded like songs, and then it went from there.
Oh,
but
shit,
I never had made music the intent of sharing it. It was really just like my own emotional release, because despite being a doctor, I'm a huge lover girl. So I needed somewhere to speak my piece.
Right.
And being clothes, I mean, I've always loved, designing clothes because my mom was a huge fashion designer in her days in Egypt before she became a business owner. So I guess you could say it's my genes.
Okay. So she gets it from her mama.
Again.
Not just the creativeness. So, like, who are you inspired by in the music industry? Like, who have you met? Or like, who has inspired you to be like, yo, you know what? Like, this girl can do it, I can do it. Or this guy says some real shit, I can go in there and say some real shit. Like, who is one artist that you would say has impacted you to a point where it's like, I want to make my future music because of that one thing that, he or she told me?
I don't think I never met any artist that motivated me to do music. My music was really just for me. Personally, I was surrounded by a lot of music artists when I was younger, but honestly, I'd never really pursued, to get advice from a music artist to become a music artist. But it's because I was around so much music in general. Like even in
was
my
it like
own family,
Egyptian
there was a lot
artist or American artist?
both.
Oh shit!
So my
okay.
cousin Noor, literally, I was like 7 or 8 years old. I'm watching her go on tour because she's one of the biggest little kid pop dancers in Cairo.
That's crazy.
Like I already knew what tour was, all the the studio, all that, because she was like in a big group, like in the Middle Eastern culture. I think my Middle Eastern audience will know this. There's a lot of kid group musics, whatever. She was part of that. So I already got peeped into the music game like at such a young age.
Right.
And then over time, obviously living in California, you're going out to LA, going out to Hollywood, da 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 da.
Who did you meet here, like in LA, though?
Oh damn, you gonna ask me that?
I want to get personal. No, like any big artists that you have met in LA or have like connected with on a personal level, where you're like, oh shit, like these artists are fucking like they're giving me game,
sure.
and like I could use that game to my advantage and do something with it.
Totally.
Because LA is like
It's a small
music.
world.
Yeah, it is, and it's just music central.
So one artist that I did meet, he's not from LA, but I did meet him in LA about 4 years ago, and we developed like a very, very strong friendship and bond. And somebody I respect immensely was Young Dolph. He was a huge impact on who I am as a woman, for sure.
Rest in peace.
Honestly, one of the biggest mentors. There was a lot of points in my pre-med career where I was like, fuck this, bro, I'm done, I don't want to do this no more. He'd be like, bro, for where I'm from, nobody even want to do what you want to do because they feel like they don't believe in themselves. Like, you're already doing it. Like, keep going.
Right.
Like, he always just told me, like, that's your bag. Go get that bag.
That's words of wisdom right there.
It, like, literally, he's like, there's some people that don't even have a passion to do nothing. Like, you're already in this shit and you love it. Like, nothing worth having comes easy. Like, keep going. He always told me that. Like, he always just told me, go get the money. And that bag was my money. Like, being a dermatologist, you make like $450 starting a year. That's money.
Crazy.
So
that's
making an impact and making an income, and I'm passionate about it, it's hard, but it's like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Like, if I didn't have a passion for it, honestly, I would pursue something else. You know what I mean? But because I love it already, it's like a love-hate relationship.
That's what keeps you going in anything, honestly.
Yeah.
Even in a relationship, like if you're passionate about that person, that's what keeps you going. If you're passionate about that job, that's what keeps you going. If you're passionate about that hobby, whether it's boxing or playing chess, like that's what keeps you going. Passion. So Young Dolph is a real one for sharing that with you.
Rest in peace. Yes.
100%. What is the one thing that you learned from him though? That you always carry with you, no matter where.
Go get the money.
Go get the bag.
Go get the fucking money, bro.
Go get the bag, Bruno.
Don't get these bitches. Get the money.
Fucking bag.
Go do that.
Zizi, go get the bag.
Nothing will hold you back. You'll always win.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Go get the money.
Go get the money. That's exactly why I have it there. All right. One more question that I got for you that has to do with music related.
Okay.
What is your next song going to be about?
Dang, you tell me. I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
So my last song was kind of like my heartbreak, kind of like, in my own little world kind of song.
So are we seeing
I'm not there anymore. I'm not heartbroken.
So what is it now? Like Megan Thee Stallion kind of vibe?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that. I'm still Yara at the end of the day. Listen, like, I be like presenting myself as like, this tough cookie, but I'm a big softie on the inside, I swear. But, I think my next song is really just going to be just about feminine energy, honestly. Like, who's inspiring me on my next song right now is like, SZA, Jane Echo. That's like the kind of
I actually saw her live. She's so pretty.
She's beautiful. Some Saweetie, like a little mix of them three, I guess you could say. For sure.
Okay.
And like sprinkle a little Juice WRLD on there, and they'll be good.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Can't
of
wait for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so do you like believe in natural talent, or do you believe that someone is just like dedicated to something and became so skillful at it? Like, is it talent or skill for you?
Oh, that's a hard one. Why do I feel like both are possible? I feel like both are possible, honestly. I feel like for me, okay, so you can be naturally talented at things, but you may not be aware of it, and you have to gain some skills to put it in motion. Is
That's
how
true.
I see it.
Okay, I agree with
But
that.
I feel like it can go both ways.
So, is it which one? Which one would you prefer if you was to prefer one?
The natural talent or the developing skill? I would just say natural talent for me.
Natural talent.
Like you naturally, like, you know, you can develop a skill, but I feel like when it's a natural talent, it amplifies more.
I mean, if
volume.
you use it at your advantage instead of just letting that natural talent go, then yes, I do believe in that.
Yeah.
But I do believe in skill. I do believe that
I'm a strong
hard work.
believer in skill.
Hard
for
work will always
sure.
beat talent in my eyes. That's my opinion.
Totally.
But natural talent would be nice. if
Especially
God
being a
could
pre-med
bless me.
student, you're not naturally talented, by the way. Like, as a reminder, you're never naturally talented to be a pre-med student. You're going to go through hell and back.
Yeah.
And you're going to do that by developing major skills, for sure.
That's a
So,
great point.
Like, I'm just saying, you know what
Great
I
view
mean?
to put it in. Yep, that's 100%. So when do you officially become a doctor, though?
So,
Like, how many more years do you have to
I
do?
have 3 months left in my MBS program. I decided to get a master's in biomedical sciences.
Shit.
So after my bachelor's, I was like, I can go straight to med school, or I can say I got a bachelor's and a motherfucking master's and become a doctor and get my PhD. I wanted all three.
Okay. You want it all. You want it all.
Oh yeah, I want it all. I'm
You
being
want it all.
greedy. I'm being greedy, and I'm already here. Like, what's an extra year for an extra year? Like, why not? So I'm getting my MBS right now, and then after that, I'll be applying to med school. That process is about like 6 or 7 months, and med school's 4 years. So essentially, in like 4 years and like 3 months, I'll officially be
4
a
more
doctor
years.
resident.
So that's like 13 years total.
Yes, and then I have residency for about 2 to 3 years,
Okay.
or actually 2 to 4 years for dermatology. It just depends.
Okay.
But yeah, as a resident,
As long as you love it. Do you love it?
I love it.
Okay.
I love
Is
it.
it stressful? 100%.
Hell yeah. Do you love what you do?
I do.
Are you stressed?
A little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
you gotta,
well,
gotta do that.
you got to stress on what you love.
You know?
100%. So, say if Yara could go back in time to a younger self Yara, what would you tell her?
Oh, damn, hold on.
Oh, damn. You have to tell her one thing, though, not a lot of things. Like, one thing. One thing.
Focus on yourself.
What does that mean? Were you focusing on something else or someone else?
Not on somebody else. No, I don't.
Spill the tea.
Listen,
Spill the tea.
I'm a free agent, first and foremost. But no, it's not. No, but it's like, how can I say it? I think as a younger version of me, I was very tempted to make sure everyone around me was okay, and I wasn't okay. So it was like I would sacrifice my own peace and my own happiness to make sure, you know, like my family's good, my friends are good, you know, whatever guys I'm into are good, but I'm not good. But no one can know that I'm not good because I'm responsible for all these people. That was younger Yara. Me, Yara, now you can know. No, I'm not like that at all. But that's how I was. So my main priority is like, focus on yourself and enjoy being with yourself because you're never going to get these days back. They're never going to be this simple. If I knew that I was going to face a quarter of what I face in my day now as a 25-year-old at 16, I would literally be living life, not stressing about A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right.
So I would just really be like, focus on yourself and your own growth, period, because you're never going to get it back.
I love that. Because people do take your energy when you're very kind. They just take advantage.
Leeches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even in a partner, like you can't really find a leech. You got to find someone that's going to teach.
Totally.
You know? Well, speaking about partners, like what is... Okay, I know you're single.
Yeah.
Why?
By choice.
You're not psycho?
I promise I'm not a psycho. I'm a little crazy. A little crazy.
Like
but-
crazy as in good crazy or as in like batshit crazy?
No, I'm not batshit crazy.
Okay.
Listen, I'm just a little spicy. That's all.
All right.
Like I'm not no
A
psychopath.
little Middle Eastern spice.
Yes, it's in my DNA. We have a little more umph. Than
Yeah,
we
Middle
usually
Easterns
do.
are spicy. They're worse than Latinas. No offense
for
to the no offense to the
sure,
Latinas.
for
I love my
sure.
Latinas, but
I love them too. But no, we're a different level for sure.
So, what is your take on a good man? As an Egyptian Muslim woman, what is your take on having a good man that can potentially become a husband?
I need to sip on this real quick. Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
That was a big sip.
Sorry, baby.
That was a big sip.
No, for sure.
Big sip, fam.
So for me, a good man, dang. So there's just so much. Like, okay, so where do I start? Like, for me, I definitely seek a man who is confident in 3 areas of his life. It's who he is, what he does for a living, and how much money he makes. If my man is not confident in all these 3 aspects, get the fuck out of my face. Because you don't know who you are if you're not confident in at least these 3 aspects. If you don't know that, you don't know you. You're still developing, and that's okay. Because as a woman, I was a developing female at some point. Like, I'm not anybody, you know what I mean? Like, we're all developing, but I need a man who's confident in all 3 of those. I need a man who's definitely gonna be like, willing to be like my best friend, like somebody who, you know, is like my partner. Like, you know, if the whole world is against me and I feel like I have nobody, I look over my shoulder, I know he's gonna be there. That's how I feel about my man. Like, definitely somebody who's creative, family oriented, a go-getter, loves to get money. You have to go get money. For sure. Like, that's a fact. And like, for, you know, just to view us as like a unit, so we both get it together. Like, I want somebody that
2 bags is better than 1.
Exactly. Like, we're a unit. 2 brains are better than 1. We learned that in school. Simple thing. So it's like, for me, and also, you know, a boyfriend that has a good, solid foundation with, you know, friends. You know, you can tell somebody, like, a man by his friends. It's like, show me who you rock with, you know, you'll see who you are. Type shit. You know what I mean? Like, if a man doesn't know how to treat his mother well, he won't treat you well. Type shit. Like, I need all those kind of aspects. That it's just like wanting to build a life, not just live life. You know what I mean? So that's kind of aspects that I look in a man, like creative, family oriented.
I like that.
Want to get money. Da da da.
So what if he was everything, but he didn't have like money yet, but he was like upcoming and starting a business, whatever it is, but he was
I
still
respect
broke.
that. We all got to start somewhere.
But would you still be with him?
I would definitely be with him after he got it. Because I'm a princess.
So you wouldn't be there with him during that fucking like
How
process?
How you get me? I'm a lover girl. I'm a huge lover girl. And if a man can't provide for me the stuff that I like, if a man can't provide for me that I can provide for him, I personally...
What if he becomes a fucking billionaire and you were there with him since the start?
But currently, right now, he don't got it.
So just because he doesn't have money, you wouldn't want to be with him. But he
Not that
was
doesn't have
loving,
money.
he was caring you.
So
He's the one.
I've been in the position before of being the provider.
Okay.
So I know how it is to be a provider, and I've always been in the position of, you know, having everything given to me, and then I find my equilibrium. So I know what I want when it comes to, it's not about the money, it's about the principle. Girls like to go out on nice dates. Girls like nice things. Girls like nice flowers, da-da-da-da-da. The stuff that we demand, we can return it. So I'm not going to be with a man that can't give me something that I can't even give myself. Like what can you do for me? Like, type of situation. You know what I mean?
So he got to have that bag.
He got to have the bag. Because I'm getting my bag, too.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Do you believe in marriage, then?
Absolutely.
Okay, so when is your ideal age of marriage?
Dang. So if you asked me this when I was like 16, I'd be like 27. Me at 25 now.
That's in 2 years.
I'm like, sheesh. Oh, damn. So I definitely want to be married by at least 30.
Okay. 5 years.
30. Like, 30 is the year, like, he'll propose, like, what, you know what I mean? Cool. 31 even. That's all right. But, you know, 32 for me, I'm like, Nothing against anyone who got married after that at all. Like, I have some of my homegirls that got married way after that. I'm cool with that. But just for me, I'm a crybaby, bro. Like, I'd be a crybaby. I need a partner definitely within that time.
Okay.
Plus, I need to leave my mom at some point. She annoying. Love you, Mom.
Tut, come here. Come here, Bubba.
Tut. Our dog's out here like.
Okay,
King Tut, come here, Bubba.
30 years old is your ideal age of marriage.
For sure.
He gotta have the bag.
Hell yeah.
And
my best friend.
And he gotta be your best friend.
My best friend, like my partner for sure.
Okay. It's crazy that I'm still stuck on, like, he gotta have the bag.
He gotta have the bag.
Me as a man, I gotta have the bag. Like, me as me, like, that's not what makes me. I definitely have the bag, and I want a bigger bag.
As you should.
You know?
There's never a big enough bag.
You know what the crazy thing is with men, though? we don't give a shit if you have the bag or not. As
I
long
find that hard to believe.
look, if I got the bag and I have a big bag enough to hold me and you down, all I care about is your loyalty, respect.
But there's a lot of men who have the
And
bag
your love.
who are greedy and they want more.
Yeah, but that's
I
greedy men.
respect men like you, though.
That's greedy
I
men.
have mad respect for men
And when you got so much money, you do sometimes become greedy. Like, oh, if I could have this bad chick, then I could have 20 of them.
But you're right on the loyalty because that shit money can't buy.
Definitely. But in my eyes, since I'm a businessman, it's like if I already have one that's taking a big part of my bag, imagine if I have 10.
But then again,
that's half of my bag right there. Fuck no.
Then again, though, Future during his therapy session was like, I spent like 2 or 5 mil on bitches that 1 year. He was crying. Yeah. Like, when he was so serious.
But he learned it. He learned from that.
He was like 2, 5, and they're like 1,000. He's like million. I'm like, what?
Nah, Future definitely spoils his bitches.
No excuses though. If you got hoes, spoil all of them. I'm just telling y'all. Because if Future and Drake, if y'all can spit Drake and Future lyrics, y'all can spoil all your hoes. I'm just saying that. Sorry. Hate me.
Toxic, bro. All right. What was the one quote that changed your mentality and thinking? I'm honestly about to give you one right now.
I got you. Whatever the mind can perceive, it can achieve.
Who said that?
The author of Think and Grow Rich. Oh my God.
Napoleon Hill, right?
Napoleon Hill, yes. That quote stuck in my mind forever. And it's true. Ever since I started following it, it became real. Okay,
so you're a big manifester, I'm guessing.
I'm a huge manifester. I'm a huge person on energy and beliefs. And
God?
And God, Allah. I'm personally a Muslim, but like I respect all religion, all faiths, and I respect people even who don't believe in God. They believe in a higher power. Like by all means, I respect you. Like everyone's entitled to their beliefs, but
100%.
I'm a strong believer in Allah.
So let's go back to the marriage part.
Okay.
Would you marry someone that's a non-Muslim?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because I'm a Muslim woman.
Okay.
And I feel like me personally.
So you gotta be Arab or Muslim.
He don't gotta be Arab.
He gotta be a Muslim.
He can be any
he gotta have the bag
in the world. Like I don't care. I really don't care. But he has to be Muslim.
Okay. What if he wasn't and he wanted to though for his own life? Like,
I'm sorry.
Like if he wanted to convert for himself. And then you guys get married.
That's totally fine. If he was gonna convert for me, absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, let's say him and I get into an argument, he'll be like, "Fuck you, I'm not." I'm sorry, excuse me. He'll be like, "Fuck you, I'm not Muslim anymore. We're done." Like I don't need that. Like if you're willing to change your faith because you feel like you want to and you have the desire to and you're attracted to this religion, by all means, I respect it and we can do this. But if you're doing it in the simplicity of just being with me, absolutely not.
Okay. So he has to be Muslim, and you gotta get the bag. So 2 things for you Muslim rich guys out there.
You know my act.
I swear she's toxic.
Just a little bit, but you know what? Sweet and spice, everything nice.
Okay, so well, what is like one thing that you've been through with men that you're just like kind of like iffy about of going back into that type of environment? Like, is there like how do I put this? Is there anything that you wouldn't go through again that you have been through with a man? Whether it's him being toxic, controlling, manipulative, or what. Like, have you been through that type of scenarios already?
Yes.
And what do you do when you are in that situation? Because I know there's a shit ton of people out there, men and women, that are in a relationship with a narcissist or with someone that's controlling, and they don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, and they're just stuck, Yara. Like they need us right now. So it's like, what would you? Because I've been there. I know I have.
We're human. We've all been there.
And my advice is fucking run. Like
run.
Just fucking run, bro. But like, what would you tell from a woman's perspective, someone that's like really deeply in love with a man and doesn't want to leave him because her love is so high for him, but yet he's not a good person to her? What is your advice to the woman?
Dang, okay. I put my shades back on, bro. You asked me a serious
Put the shades on. No more shades.
That was a serious question.
You need to take them off and look at this camera here.
I'm gonna look right here with my shades on. I'm gonna take them off.
They gotta look into your eyes, bro.
Nah, bro.
And you gotta like make them feel that shit.
maybe the next question, not right now. I'm a little. Okay, so for me personally, I feel like the most ideal partner is like a reflection of you. Like, not necessarily exactly like you're exactly like who you are. It's somebody that you can be like, he is me, I am him, we are the same, we share the same identity. I feel like your man overall should be your fucking piece. If he is not your piece, like, I'm not saying rely your whole humanity piece on him, absolutely not. But I'm saying in regards to the bond of intimacy, love, romance, closeness, respect and loyalty for sure. He should be your piece. You shouldn't feel like you have to go back to somewhere where you feel hurt or disrupted or confused or questioning. You want to go somewhere where you feel secure. You know, like a lioness, what does she look on her left shoulder? She'll look at her alpha. You have to have that kind of security towards a man. If your man is not giving you the vibes that he is providing and protecting you, he's not the one. If you feel like he's not your best friend where you can be your goofiest and dumbest self and no filter or whatever, like, and he's not there for you, he's not the one. Like, if you feel like you have to walk on cracks of glass and you feel like you have to watch every single word or action that you do, he's not the one. That's just a toxic ass relationship. If you feel like you're consistently giving more that you are getting poured into, he's not the one. It's more like you found the one if it's like a consistent ongoing cycle where you're both giving to each other and receiving, a constant, you know, like cycle of giving and receiving. If you feel like you're giving and getting nothing back, get the fuck out, bro. Get the fuck out.
Same for the men.
That's just your toxic trauma, whether it's childhood or young adult or teenager, where the fuck it is. That's just your trauma creeping in. You need to find that person, that man or that woman that really makes you feel like the person you want to be, who you are. Be with the person who brings you closer to the version that you want to be of yourself. Be with the person that gives you closer to your faith, whatever that is. Bring you the person that, like, you know, gives you that motive to become, you know, better for sure, and who you want to be.
That's the one thing that I keep telling a lot of a lot of men out there too that I speak to.
Like, your best, at the end of the day, like your best fucking friend, like your best friend, like, and that's your partner.
You have a best friend, right? You have a best friend.
Yes.
So does she or he bring out the best of you or the worst of you?
The best.
So that's how it's supposed to be. Always. Exactly with the relationship.
Absolutely.
If you have a person that's changing into becoming worse of a man than what he was when he met you, that's how you know there's something wrong. Same thing with the women. If you've met a good woman and she's turning bad on you, there's something wrong.
If she's folding, bro, then just leave the bitch.
Yeah, you gotta leave.
If she's folding from the jump,
because you're a woman.
In the future.
Look,
sure.
You're a female. You know how it is in the game.
Absolutely.
You know that women be manipulating and, you know, they use the narcissistic vibes.
Yes.
And they're good at it.
But men are too. They are. I'm just saying.
I'm not protecting the men right now. But what I'm saying is.
But women are just as capable.
They're better. And they're more likely to manipulate a man than a man is to manipulate a woman.
Yes, we are.
So everybody just got to be safe out there. Everybody needs to be safe.
Stay dangerous.
And even when you have sex, like you guys have, bro, when you have sex, it's a spiritual connection. It's not just like, oh, here's a hole.
Stop fucking hoes, bro.
What the fuck?
That hoe probably got like hella fucking sex demons and you just fucking indulge all that shit.
Yes.
Don't do
her pain is your pain.
Have conscious sex. Have sex with somebody that really give a fuck about you. Have sex with somebody like if you call them at fucking 3 a.m, like I said earlier, and you need them, they will have your back. Stop fucking random ass bitches, bro. You get STDs
or
sex demons,
stop.
Trauma.
Yes, sir.
And no caller IDs.
And males. Sorry, I'm from the Bronx, so my Bronx self keeps coming out sometimes. But
for sure.
Yes, you need to be very aware of who you fuck for the males and who you fuck as for the females.
Sure.
Because when you do have sex, it's not just sex.
I believe in conscious sex.
Yes.
Like, I believe in making love.
Whatever they're going through, you're about to go through. Like whatever they're having like trouble in life, you're going to have those same troubles. It's literally like a Bluetooth device. You're just connecting them, and that's getting transferred to you. So you do have to be very, very careful of who you have sex with.
Absolutely.
And I'm a big believer on that. That's why I don't just
for women,
go around
like,
and...
humans a huge portal.
Yeah.
We are like a temple. We are a huge temple.
Yeah.
Be careful on who you, like, you know, allow in your temple. For my nymphomaniacs, I know y'all gonna continue fucking. Y'all do that. But at least fuck somebody who really care about you. Don't be fucking nobody. Don't give a fuck about you. Because it's like at the end of the day, when you have so much sex, bro, you don't have those endorphins and serotonin levels in your head.
That's
so
true.
at the end of the day, you're fucking over yourself. Because when you do fuck a man that you really, really love and adore, you won't even be able to enjoy it as much because your brain has literally released all that fucking level of over these men that you've already fucked with. So just have conscious sex, honestly. And continue being nymphos. I love y'all. That's just me.
What's another thing that we should make these people more aware of? Because people are just not aware of anything right now. They're just like
Stop
lost.
fantasizing toxic.
I'm not. You don't understand. Like, I've seen so much things like outside.
Oi, thank you. Where is it?
She finished her own cup. Not even 10 minutes.
Uno momento. Break.
But yes, so the second topic that I do want to get onto is relieve, like, just get away from toxic energy, because toxic energy does have a big effect on you, your life, your financial, your physical, your mental, and everything involved around that. So you do have to be very careful of who you surround yourself with. And like you said earlier, you are who you are by the people that you hang around with. So if you hang around like bums, then you will become that bum.
Absolutely.
If you hang around, millionaires, you will become that millionaire.
Absolutely.
So if there's someone that you are hanging around with, like, what is your ideal person of hanging around with? Like, who does Yara hang around with? Like, what's your circle like? Because I didn't ask you this. I know how you are, but how is your circle? Like, who do you surround yourself with?
By solid boss babes. I can literally not choose any other words besides that. All my girls in my circle, alhamdulillah, they're all solid boss babes. Nobody in my circle is not owning her own business or not in school or working towards her dreams. All my girls that I surround myself by, they got motive, they got purpose, they got ambition, they got passion, they got hella love. And on top of that, bro, they fine as hell. I can't even describe how many people have hit me up trying to just link up with one of my girls or try to get any of their information. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm protecting mine. You want to get at her, you have to do it on your own. I'm not going to be a fucking equilibrium.
Damn, what's they at?
I'm aware. But anyways, yeah, my people and even my homies, like, they all hungry for money. They go get it. Like, they either got a business established or businesses, or they're entrepreneurs, or they just be getting money on their own. Like, they real as hell. Like,
that's what's up. As they should.
As they should, for sure.
Especially in California. California is so expensive.
And fake ass people.
Yeah, that's one thing.
You don't ever be able to find somebody and be like, yo, she or he is real.
That's
like,
true.
how rarely do you say that?
Look, I'm from New York, so New York is a little different. People are usually, like, just straightforward. Like, I don't like you, I like you, cool, fuck you, this, that.
I'm sure.
Here, I've been here for 3 years now going. And the fakest people I've ever met in my life.
For sure.
Were in either LA or Orange County.
For sure. Hollywood is filled with a lot of people.
Fake ass people.
You could, like, meet one person and they'll have all this designer, but, like, little do they know, like, they're sleeping on somebody's else couch. Yeah. Not even their mom. And, like, they don't have a car. They have no job. No nothing. It's just that they get designer to make seem like, they are rich when they have nothing. Thing is, in Hollywood, it's all about looks. So that's why it's so hard for us women to actually peep successful men, because it's like, dude, there's a lot of men that can be like, with a rental and nice clothes or whatever.
Can fool you.
But it's like, you don't know whether he actually has the bag or not. So it's like, for us, it's like, we got to be a little more cautious, for sure.
Well, I mean, men have to do that. Women don't even have to show any, like, they don't even have to show, like, money or cars or house. They don't.
That's cap.
Listen, let me.
I respect your opinion.
Let me give you some game. Let me give you some game.
That's cap.
Let me give you some game.
What's up?
If I'm rich, let's not even say that. Let's say I'm not rich. Let's say I'm just average. Got my own apartment. I got a car. Blah blah blah. I see this beautiful woman on IG. She got beautiful pictures of herself. Right? She looks good. Beautiful body. She looks really good. You think I care about, like, what she has going on or anything like that?
That's you. Though.
No, I'm not saying me. I'm saying men don't give a shit. As long as you look like a trophy, you're going to, like, catch my attention to where I'm going to slide into that DM. You don't have to show money. You have to show beauty. That's all you have to show.
That is kind of true.
That's all you have to show. Me as a man, I gotta post a car. I gotta post a nice house. I gotta flex a little bit. I gotta look handsome. I gotta take care of myself physically. I gotta do all these things so I can catch your attention. Men are attracted. I mean, women are attracted to men's status. We are attracted to women's beauty. So it's a little different. True. So here's where the advantage is to you. Yes, you guys do get fooled, but you guys can easily see if we really have that or not. When we pick you up, where's the Lambo that I posted? When we picked you up, where are you taking me at?
Very
where's your house at? You can easily tell before you even fuck the guy. Us, you can fool the shit out of us. You could be living with your mom, but you look like a solid 10.
There's nothing wrong with living with your mom.
If you're 30 years old and you're still living with your mom,
yes,
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
No.
That is an L in my book. I'm sorry. There's no excuse unless you're sick or something's going on. If you're in a financial situation at 30 fucking years old, that is your fucking fault. That is your fault.
For sure.
I don't care what you have to tell me.
But
That's your
shout
fault.
out to all my pre-med students that be living with their parents.
Except for those.
Up until because medical school is expensive
yes,
and life in California is expensive. And by the way, I still live with my mama.
Nothing against those people.
There's nothing wrong with that. But I agree. At 30, you should for sure be moved out. But there's nothing wrong with living your parents if you're pursuing any
career in school.
Absolutely. And you.
But
need
I'm saying if you're dead,
sure.
I'm saying if you're not in school.
Okay, cool. So make sure to clarify that.
I'm saying if you're not in school and you're 30 years old you have nothing going on for yourself.
That's horrible. That's horrible. No.
But
excuse.
here's the thing:
no excuse.
you can fool a man by doing that as a woman.
I mean,
not all women, but there's a lot of women out there who don't have anything, and they want the best of the best, yet they don't have anything.
But it's like if they're at 30 and still building something for themselves, there's nothing wrong with that either. If they're still building something for themselves.
At 30, I would think that you'd be building a family by then.
No, but at the same time, there's a lot of circumstances that it can occur up until 30. You can't really, I feel like personally, you can't judge someone by their age. Like if this person
But you wouldn't date a man that's like that, no matter his situation. So why is it different for a man to say, I wouldn't date a woman that's in that situation?
Because, I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of, so let's say, for instance, an example. Let's say a woman got married at 25 and got divorced at 28 and she doesn't like her partner anymore. She had to go back home while she's still building her business and all that. She's still with her family. She's divorced, successful in her business, still building it though, and doesn't have enough security for her to actually open up her own home.
That's a rare situation.
But it happens. So you have to take in consideration of that because there's a lot of that going on right now. There's a lot of
That's very rare.
It's a lot. It's rare
and,
to
and,
you,
and
but
even,
as a
and
woman,
if you,
as a woman
if
in
you,
the women's world, it's a lot.
If you get divorced, 80% of the time it's the woman's fault, statistically.
That's a
No, look, you can literally Google it. You can literally Google it. 80% of the time. Yeah, Google it. It's 80% to 20.
Hold on, let me see this.
80 to 20, bro.
Hold on.
I even have it in the podcast.
Hold on.
Play drums. Is there a drum?
So actually, California is a no-fault divorce state. So there is no, regardless of the root, conflicts or divorce is never one person's fault, statistically spoken. By
California.
No, not just by California, by literally HEK. Family law.
I'm gonna post the chart.
Epstein lawyers.
Look at the chart. Search up chart. The rate of women leaving the man and getting divorced.
See, that is a difference.
How is that a
difference? The rate of a woman leaving a man, not a man leaving a woman.
No, both of them will pop up, and you'll see the percentage of a woman versus the...
We will do this when we're not on the podcast. We will do this after because we always get into this.
We do.
However, regardless, I don't judge women if they're still living with their parents at 30.
If she isn't in law school and she has nothing going on.
Not just law school. If she is developing something for her future. If she's whether in school or business or work or whatever the fuck she's doing. If she's doing something with her life and she's still living with her parents.
But my question is that why wouldn't a woman be good or okay with the same situation that's happening with her, the same situation happening with a man? Why is it that women are not okay with a man having that?
Because we need the man to have that space.
Isn't that kind of
It's kind of unfair, but life's really not fully fair. But
No. That's not how it works, bro. This is the problem with the
But no, listen,
we won't even get into that.
Listen, there's a lot of cultures. There's a lot of cultures that women have to keep their virginity at some point and whatever,
Yeah,
and it's to a certain age. there's a lot of women out there that probably are like a virgin at 30, bro, still living with their parents, but like they're still working and doing a business and da 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 da. You know what I mean? So they would expect, like a man to, sweep them off their feet, whatever. That's some women. I'm not speaking for all women.
If you're a virgin and you're 30
I want to say a virgin.
and you're good looking, I'll pick you up right now. I don't care what you have. I'll spoil you. I will fix you up. I'll open a business for you right now.
You got a thing for the older ones. I'm just kidding.
I really do. I do, man. I like older women, but virgins, if they are. If not, then at least be Muslim and have some traditional values, I guess.
Oh, God, we're not getting into this one.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that. What is your definition of a traditional man? Keep drinking.
For real?
I'm serious. What is, like, your definition of a traditional man?
Damn.
Okay, so.
Okay, what's that?
What is your definition of a traditional man? And please take off the shades because I need to see and look into your eyes when you answer me this.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Look into my eyes.
Wag. Those are very serious eyes.
They're loving eyes, actually. Don't let them fool you.
They are beautiful eyes, though.
But what is your definition of a traditional man?
Hey, stop.
Even he wants to know.
He's too much. So I feel like for me, and I'm just speaking upon my perspective of being, a first generation Egyptian and Syrian Muslim woman. This is my perspective. I feel like a traditional man wants a housewife. He wants a girl that cooks, cleans.
But what is your take on a traditional man? Not what a traditional man wants. What is your take on a traditional man?
What do you mean? So what do you mean?
What do you look for in a traditional man? What is your definition of a traditional man?
I don't look for traditional men.
So what do you look for?
I look for a modernized man.
Okay.
Sorry.
Relax. He needs some masculine energy. That's what he needs.
I know. Hi, Zizi.
You're acting too feminine right now.
Hey, Bubba.
For no reason. He likes you.
He does.
Why are you being like that? So you said you look for a modernized...
So I like a modernized guy, but I also like a guy who has morals and principles that may be a little bit traditional, but overall he is modern. But I definitely do believe in traditional, beliefs and morals. Like some of them, not all of them, but some of them for sure.
Hey, you're blocking mama. Blocking your mom.
Sit down, Sit down. Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm looking at balls right now.
Yeah, he's just like you. He's lifting his leg. He's like, yeah, like right there.
Oh, my God.
We have another munchkin under the table, by the way.
Come here, Z. Okay, so let's finish this question up because I think it's going to get really interesting.
So, no, traditional man, I just feel like, for me, a traditional man is you gotta be home by this time, you gotta be wearing this, you gotta be doing that. I just feel like a traditional man is a definition of the most insecure man you will ever meet in your fucking existence.
A traditional man?
Yes.
What the fuck?
The most insecure man you will ever meet in your fucking existence.
That is so untrue.
I mean, I respect your opinion.
That is so untrue.
I respect your opinion.
I respect what you're saying, but that is untrue. I don't know if it's something that you have dealt with, but that is not untrue.
No, it's general.
Because, what do you think a traditional man is? Do you really think that it means
every woman has a different definition of her own traditional man because a lot of women come from different cultures.
Okay.
So I can't speak for all women.
Okay.
I can only speak for mine. I can't speak for all women, though. I can really only speak for Syrian and Egyptian women. I can't speak for, an Asian woman.
So you wouldn't want a man...
Or a white woman. I can't speak for that.
So you wouldn't want a man that's like, hey, you've been going out too much. I want you to stay in tonight.
That's a little OD, don't you think?
No, if you've been going out all fucking week.
Oh no, that's for sure.
And I'm asking you to stay home with the kids.
I mean, then why do you have a man?
That's what I'm saying.
If you're going out all week, then why do you got a man?
Yeah, but when you say that a man just wants a housewife, real modern traditional man does not look for that. He looks for the same thing as you're looking for, which is stability, security, and reassurance. So if,
But I
if
wouldn't
you can,
say that. I wouldn't say that.
And this is where women run to. Oh, he's insecure. That's not true. That's not true. I'm gonna put you on game because I'm a man, and I'm gonna tell you right now.
Relax.
We aren't insecure. You see how he's territorial? He's just yelling at him because he just doesn't like him, even though he's not touching him.
I know.
Look, even though he's not even touching him.
I know.
He's not touching him. So you're in a club. They're not touching you, but they're still barking at you. They're still looking at you. So his job is to make sure you're safe by not letting him get even close to you. That is the same way a real man is. If your man is not territorial over you, you're not the one for him. You're not the only one for him. There's someone in there.
I would not say, okay, so I agree with your opinion in regards to I respect you and I respect your beliefs and you're entitled to that.
My woman could go anywhere. That's one.
However, I feel like personally, a man that is confident is not stressing over any other man.
But that's my wife.
But even though that's your wife, you trust your wife.
I trust my wife, but I don't trust, let's say, him.
You don't need to trust him, but you trust her.
I don't trust him.
Her trust should overshadow anything.
It takes one little sweet talk to just change everything. Once again,
even 100 little sweet talks won't.
Once again, I agree with that. But once again, when you're in that type of environment, let's say you're with your girls and your girls are doing it, and you're getting a little drunk. You're in a club. Yeah. You're doing this. When you're drunk, and we've both been there.
For sure.
When you're drunk, you are not in control of yourself or of anything that's really happening around you to an extent where you're like, oh no, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Sometimes you overlook that because you're a little intoxicated and you let it go through because you kind of want to feel a good feeling that you haven't felt. And now when you're drunk, every time someone gets drunk, there's a reason. They want to feel good or they want to be numb.
I hear you, and I agree with you.
So if it's respecting me not to go out, why wouldn't you do that? Because I wouldn't.
I agree with you on what you're saying. However, if a woman is fully in love with her man,
she wouldn't be at a club.
Dude, no. She wouldn't be at the club.
She wouldn't be at a club.
She'd be at the club with her girls, have her own little section, and party and do her own
That's
little
fine.
thing.
My security will be there.
That's cool, for
That's
sure.
fine. My security will be there.
But it's like, if a girl's in love with a man, no one else phases her. No one else faces her. Like, dude, there can be 100 men looking at this woman, but if she's in love with one single man, none of these men face her.
But how will you reassure your man to that point?
The day-to-day to life basis and treatment. If you
it's also you saying, or agreeing to things that he doesn't want.
Up after. Him getting you excuse me, at the same location that he dropped you at is major reassurance.
Yeah, but anything can happen in that location, that same location. You know what happens in clubs?
At the same time,
something can happen quick.
You don't need to monitor your partner. You
don't need to monitor, but you do need to
trust in them. And you do respect them. But even if you're in a club environment, dude, there can be a billion people looking at you. If you have your partner, all eyes are on that partner. You have no eyes for anyone else. Even if there's eyes on you, you don't look at them because you have your eyes on your partner. You're not focused on them.
But your partner's not there.
It doesn't matter.
And you're a little drunk.
Even if you're drunk.
So how are you gonna?
If anything, I want to go back to my man.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Absolutely. So it's like if you're drunk, if anything, I'm trying to, thug this out, a little bit and have, a little night routine. By the end of the day, I'm going to go back to my man. My man's going to pick me up from here. He's going to be there for me.
But do you understand? I agree with you, and I respect where you're coming from. So, yes, I do agree with that. But do you see where I'm coming from as a man when I say that
110%.
Men aren't insecure when it comes to you going to clubs?
It's just that they want to protect their woman.
It's us being protective and being territorial with what we love.
Absolutely.
He loves you. Even though there's nobody touching you, he loves you and wants to protect you.
Encoded
That's not insecurity. It's biologically in us. Yes, it's biologically in us.
Absolutely. To
so
provide and protect, most like the caveman era.
It's not a caveman. It's not a caveman. You just said that you wanted a man that can provide for you.
Protect and provide.
You can have the strongest man, Yara, and he doesn't have a bag, you would not be with him.
No.
You just said that.
No, not strong, though.
If he was
be strong to a certain point.
Okay, if he was strong, but he was broke, you wouldn't want to be with him.
No, but when I view strength, I don't view just physically. I view it emotionally, realistically, and mentally and spiritually. I don't just view it physically.
Okay.
So yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
so you can't you can't not have a bag and not be strong in being in your spiritual.
Of course, because your physical needs to match your mental.
Absolutely.
So
you can be physically strong, but you can be broke.
But there's a lot of people that are physically strong and broke. I know a lot of them.
For sure.
I'm not cool with them, but I know them.
For sure.
And they're big as fuck.
There's a lot of different humans in this world. But as women of my generation and myself, we don't need to worry about them.
Why?
They're not in our agenda.
Which one, the broke and strong or
the broke and strong?
Okay.
Because we be in the gym every day. We strong too.
I know, I see you.
Yeah, thank you.
I hate you, bro.
Love you too. My baby looks so good on the camera. Look at Tut.
I know, thank you.
Tut!
Oh, man. But, okay, moving on. I just wanted to clarify that men aren't insecure when they don't want you going to a club.
It's not
they
insecurity.
Trust you. I can trust you.
It's just that they want to protect you.
Baba, I can trust you, but the fact, like, it's the same thing. Like, if I park my Lamborghini outside the club, and it has great fucking lock alarm. Nobody could even fucking get in there. I know nobody could steal it.
Right.
But people are touching it. People are close to it. So I'm going to go out there and be like, get the fuck away from my Lamborghini.
It's yours.
That's mine.
It's yours.
Even though I know it's not going anywhere.
Don't touch mine.
Don't touch mine. That isn't insecurity.
No,
that is me being like, yo, that's mine.
Instinct. That's an instinct.
As a man, yes, it is, and women have to respect that. So if I do say,
I
hey,
agree with that.
if it's not a birthday party,
I would expect women to respect the same thing.
If it's not a birthday party, if it's not one of your best friends throwing something, I don't want you in the club. And if you do want to go to the club, take my hand. I'll call the driver. We going together. Simple.
I feel like women can go to the club. Honestly, if they have their own. Okay, so I believe that women can go to the club when they're in a relationship under two different circumstances. That's just mine. The first one is
single.
No.
Go to the club if you're single.
No.
If you taking,
women
sit
that
your
are
ass
in
home
a relationship and want to go have fun with their friends, y'all can do that even if you have a man, but under two circumstances.
He's there with you.
That's just my opinion. You gotta have your own section. You have to have your own little section, your own little table, so no one can bother you, A. And B, or bring your man with you. But if you don't have your own section, you're just kind of throwing yourself out that for a free-for-all. That's just my opinion. Like, that's just my opinion, straight up. But it's like, a woman who's in a relationship, she sometimes is stressed too, whether it's with work, school, family, friends, whatever. She's tired of eating. She eats every day. She drinks whatever she wants, whenever she wants. Not every day because it's alcoholic. No offense to those, but whatever. But anyways, like, she just want to have some fun with her girls. She can go have some fun. So it's either, you know what I mean, like that, or you have your own. If you're married to that extreme and you're living very well off, you can have a security guard be at your own little table to protect you and your girls and have fun, whatever. So that's my opinion on it.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, I feel like overall, men should trust their women wherever they're at or wherever they go.
We do trust you. It's not you. It's not you
it's
that we're worried about.
People.
It's the other people that are around you.
We're not worried about the other people.
You aren't. You aren't, Yara. We are.
I'm aware.
You aren't, because it's like, it's okay, I'm a female, no one's gonna touch me, I'm here, blah, blah, blah.
For sure.
Oh, it's just like, damn, my female's out there, other male, like, it's just like,
for sure.
Fuck, like, I gotta make sure.
But at the end of the day, you gotta trust your female. At the end of the day, if something
you do have to trust your female, but your female, hold on.
She'll call her man, be like, yo, I'm not comfortable, I need to go.
Exactly.
Whatever.
That's the point I was getting to.
But I just feel like, do not ever... I just feel like if you're ever going to go to a club, for me, I've never stepped into a club where I don't have a table, so I can't relate. But, like, personally, like, just if you're going to step out and you have a man, at least have your own section so you have that security that you're turning up with your friends. No one's going to bother you. But if you're just going out for a free-for-all, you're living that single life for real. You're really out in the middle of the dance floor doing your own thing. That's kind of risky, and you can't blame your partner for feeling some type of way.
Exactly.
But if you have your own little section with friends that he knows of and that you're also comfortable with, things are cool. But like otherwise, for sure, I feel like personally, my beliefs, don't shoot me, you're free for all. But for sure.
Okay, I agree with that. Finally, you came to your senses.
What you mean?
I'm just playing with you.
What you mean?
I'm just fucking with you.
Cheers.
Okay. Our last question that I have for you before we end this. What is one thing that you want to tell the people out there that are watching or that are going to watch this? What is one thing that you just want to sincerely and genuinely just tell them?
Honestly, follow your dreams. Whatever it is, follow it. There's so many obstacles and hella heat to get to it. Do it. Because honestly, money can't buy dreams. You can get money with anything. But if you continue chasing your dreams and continue being real with yourself, you're going to live an overall happy life. So just follow your dreams, be real with yourself, keep it real with your loved ones, and keep it a buck. That's all I got to say. Just be real with you and your loved ones. And and get the fucking bag.
Get the fucking bag.
Period. Don't stress over no fucking person. Man, woman, family, even your mama. Don't stress about it. Just go get the bag. Whatever that is.
Your mom gonna see this, you know that, right?
I'm aware. I'm gonna tell her face too. I love you, but I'm gonna get mines.
There we have it.
At the end of the day.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the people that are going to watch. I'll see you next time on the Level Up podcast. I hope you guys love this episode. Until next time. Bye.